Alright, time for another edition of Cooking with Tripwire. That's right, as you can see that we are in the kitchen, or my makeshift kitchen. What are we making today? Glad you asked. Pumpkin seeds! I just got done carving the pyro pumpkin. This is going to be a quick one, but I'm going to show you a recipe that I like to use. Basically, you just separate the seeds from the pulp. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to make pumpkin seeds. But anyhow, what you do is take it, throw it into warm water, you scoop out all the pulp, which I got actually sitting over in this bag. You don't need to see it. But yeah, then we're going to bring this to a boil. And the salt, you got to throw salt in here too. I'm going to throw salt up in there. And the water is actually going to help the salt soak into each of the seeds. So it's going to be salty on the inside also. So we're going to do that. We're going to bring this to a boil. And then we're going to have to scoop them out or throw them through a strainer. We're going to dry them off. And we got to wait till they're bone dry before we shove them in the oven. But we're going to be making dessert pumpkin seeds. I think I made this once before. I think a lot of people liked it, but we're going to try to make it again because it's been so long. I forgot. But yeah, we're going to make regular pumpkin seeds, and we're going to be making brown sugar pumpkin seeds. So we're going to cut this baby in half. But anyhow, we got to bring this up to a boil, and we are far from it. Let's turn the heat up a little bit, without a doubt. Bring this to a boil for about 10 minutes. And then we got to let it dry, and then we're going to shove it in a preheated oven at 250 degrees. And keep your eyes on your seeds. You don't want to burn them. Okay, the seeds are done boiling. So we had to strain them out, so we got all the seeds sitting up in here. We need to dry these off. These got to be hopefully bone dry. And this is actually just one pumpkin, believe it or not. So what we're going to do is we got to space this around a bit. We want to get them warm too. Try not to get them to overlap each other. They'll dry quicker that way. Sorry if the music's too loud. I'll talk louder. Didn't realize I had the volume on that high. But we're listening to the soundtrack from The Exorcist. And anyhow, we're going to be, like I said, try to get this out as thin as possible so they'll dry a little bit quicker. Again, I'm debating on whether to get a hair dryer or not. I think we're just going to wait. Or we could do this. More paper towel. Put another paper towel, damp them off this way. And this usually works pretty good. Get off as much excess moisture as possible. The wetter they are, the less crispier they will be. And I like mine super crispy. And they like to stick to everything too. So get off. Nobody, get off. Get off, you guys. Get off. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to dampen these a bit. We already got some salt. We're going to be adding more salt. And like I said, we're also going to be trying something that I haven't done in a long time. And that is brown sugar. So I guess right now we're going to play the waiting game. All right, well, finally our pumpkin seeds are basically dry. About as dry as they're going to get. So what we're going to be doing next is pan. We don't want this thing to stick to the pan. So we're going to hit with some of this. That's kind of cool. There we go, hit some of that. Now keep in mind, we're doing two different ones. So I got another pan that we're going to do the exact same thing. Get this on here. I still wish I can remember exactly how I did the brown sugar ones, but no, can't be that hard, can it? Anyhow, we're going to take, we'll get 3/4 of it in here. So we'll just take them off of here and just go, ooh, there we go. And get these in here like that. Okay. I was going to count each one individually so they were even, but then I thought, well, that'd be a pain in the butt. So we're not doing that. Okay, we're getting these up in here. Spread them out. The less they're on top of each other, the better. So here's one. We'll do this one first here. This will be our, well, you know what? We're going to do a smaller batch of the brown sugar. Because again, I'm trying to remember exactly how I did it. And why waste the pumpkin seeds if I screw them up, right? So we're just going to do a handful of the brown sugar. We'll see how they turn out. Taste test, you know. Anyhow, we got that going down here. All right, regular batch. You got to have yourselves a little bit of oil. I don't know exactly how much of the oil that you need, but it does help. I wish I had a better spout, so this might turn out to be a bad thing. Now we're going to drizzle it. And now I'm going to try something a little different. I didn't see anybody else. I'm pretty sure you got to do. So we're going to drizzle. Oops, there we go. Yeah, that'll clog the arteries. Yep, there you go. Some of this over here, some of this over here. That's good. Whoa, too much. See, it's hard for me to cook and talk at the same time, as you can tell. We're going to mix this up really quick to make sure that they all get some oil up on them. And they're not trying to swim in it. But I'm going to have to fix that like right here, right now. Give me 1 second. The whole thing just went on me, and I was not ready for that. That's better. Okay, so we're going to mix this all around, make sure they all get evenly coated or somewhat evenly coated. A little bit on the swimming side, I see. Leave it to me to not know what a drizzle is, but yeah, we got this going here. Boom, boom, boom. Set that down. Salt. Grandma suggested that I try kosher salt, so what the heck? Why not? How much salt do you use? I don't have any idea. But instead of just sprinkling it on, I like to put it in my hand a little bit here. And like this is like a rock salt. So it's supposed to stick to everything a lot better. Again, I have no idea how much salt you're supposed to use, but if you ever eat these plain, they're kind of bad. They're horrible, actually. Okay, I'll screw it. So we'll do this. I guess this will work. And that should be. Or better yet, we're going to do that, and then we're going to throw the spatula again. Let's do this some more. Mix it up. Mix it up and get some more on there. And then the second round that we'll do, we'll just do a little bit lighter. Because now we should have them on like both sides. Whoop. There you go. Whoop. There you go. All right, so I'm going to get these away from the side too. Get them to the side to get a little burnt. So we're going to try to get them more towards the middle, I'm assuming. Let's try it again. Let's give it one more dash of salt over here. There we go. Now there's enough salt. It'll rival any ocean in the United States. Here we go. Now we're going to do the other one. This will be the brown sugar. God, I wish I could remember how I did this. Anyhow, spray again. Well, I sprayed it. Good on that one. Okay, so we'll take these and we'll throw them over here. I'm going to put these over here. This is a test. Hopefully they work. The thing is that when it comes to the brown sugar, you don't want the sugar to burn. That is the scary part of all this. But anyhow, we're going to basically do the exact same thing, just with less oil this time. So we're just going to give it a little grizzle. Now, we're not going to add any more salt to this because we already had it in the water. So that'll do right there. And plus, I don't know how brown sugar and a lot of salt taste together. I really don't. So let's mix this up like this here. I'll put that there, here. That'll work. All right. Now for the moment of truth, let's see if this works. Boom. Got to get the brown sugar over here. Open the bottom of the bag. See what we got here. I don't know exactly how much is too much, but keep in mind it's brown sugar. It can't be bad, right? I'm going to take this like this and just plop it on in here. It's kind of like candied pumpkin seeds here. I'm a sugaraholic, so I guess it will just go insane on the sugar. One more dash. There we go. I'm going to squirt this around a little bit and get all this put together. Hopefully it'll work okay. So, I guess you could really add any type of seasoning that you like to sunflower or pumpkin seeds. One time I think I did garlic. I did garlic pumpkin seeds, I think, one year. Anyhow, I'm going to try to space them out a little bit. Oh, Lord, I hope this works. All right. Into the... Well, I'm going to get a little bit more here. There's the buzzer. That means that the oven is preheated and ready to go. All right. Oven is ready at 250 degrees. We got them sitting up in here. I got the regular ones there. And the brown sugar is down here. Close this up. Now, how long do we cook this for? I have no idea. Honestly, I don't. So what I like to do is we're going to do it in 10-minute intervals. There we go. So every 10 minutes, I'm going to come in here when the buzzer goes off and see how they're doing. We're going to have our little spatula, and we're going to flip them around and make sure they can get all brown and crispy on each side. So, yeah. So when these are done, we will pull them out and we'll give them a taste try. Yay, buzzer's going off. Back to 10. All right, this is the second one. I didn't film the first time it went over, but let's check it out. What did I do with my spatula? I misplaced my spatula. Here is regulars. Still good. They still need to be flipped around a bit, which is cool. So we'll just have to do that. As soon as I find my spatula, round it, shove that back in there for a minute. Now let's check out the brown sugar ones. These are looking good. They're looking really, really good. My thing is, like, are they hard? Not really super crispy. Maybe I should have made them and then halfway through add the sugar. Maybe I'll do that the next time because we can't do it now. So next time we'll make a regular batch and then halfway through when we flip them, we'll add the sugar that way. But anyhow, I'm going to have to, I can't flip one-handed, so I got to go find my spatula, and we'll check back in a few. All right, here is our finished product. Okay, we got the pumpkin seeds that are done. First off, these took forever. These are your regular plain ones, just with the salt and all that. It's nice and crunchy. Because I'm the one that's not eating all of these, this is actually for the whole family. They don't like theirs the way I like mine, so I cooked it basically for them. This is the way that they like it. They don't like it burnt like I do, or crisp. Let's use the word crisp. Because when we move on to the next one, here is our brown sugar one. Now, what is awesome about this is that the candy-coated shell turned out perfectly. It's like all hardened. It's like totally like a candy shell. The downfall is I was talking with Chemical X about our Halloween display, and I forgot that these were even in the oven, so they are definitely on the burnt side. They're still edible to me, but I just love the way the candy, it does look like candy, so it's like really, really good. The brown sugar hit it right on the spot. All right, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, keep the hunt alive, and we'll see you next time when I decide to do some more cooking. You all take care. Later.